Hello, this video is going to be a big guide to the new hunt mechanics in Phasmophobia. Recently there have been several changes which have made hunts much more difficult. I'll be going over all of these changes, how to survive and everything else that you need to know. Soon you'll be going from this to this. Let's get started. Change number 1. The ghost will no longer move at the start of the hunt, or what I like to call the grace period. This used to be 8 seconds long, and this has since been reduced to 5 seconds. This will allow you to locate the ghost, so you know where to run, but 5 seconds will go quickly, so don't hang around for too long. You can get a good head start if you run early, and the ghost won't acquire line of sight during these 5 seconds. This is also a fantastic opportunity to grab that pesky ghost photo, but only if you are quick enough. Through testing, I can also confirm that clipping through the ghost during the new 5-second grace period will not get you killed, as seen here, so they can't trap you in a dead-end room. Change number 2. All ghosts, except revenants, move increasingly faster over time if they see you during a hunt. Speed will drop if they can't see you after they have checked your last known location. These changes mean that you can no longer exploit the ghost during hunts via looping or running down long corridors and being completely safe. However, do not fear, the speed increase is only gradual, and if you play it smart, you can still evade most ghosts. There is now a much larger emphasis on hiding and breaking line of sight as much as possible. More on hiding later. If hiding is not an option, breaking line of sight multiple times in quick succession is key in order to lose the ghost. This will also cause their speed to slowly drop over time. Smudge sticks are now more important than ever and can buy you some precious extra time if the ghost is going to catch you. Lighting smudge sticks will repel the ghost. Make sure to use this opportunity to gain some more distance. A special mention to the Djinn, who is now more terrifying than ever, and on par with the Revenant in my opinion in terms of threat. The Djinn will now move 2 times faster around the map if the breaker is turned on, regardless of line of sight. When it approaches within 4 meters of a player, the Djinn will slow down to the default ghost speed, but due to the new changes, the Djinn will gradually speed up again due to acquiring line of sight, and will kill the player within several seconds. Keep the breaker off at all costs against a Djinn. One final note about looping, I have done some testing with crouch looping around obstacles where the ghost cannot see you over them. As of me recording this video, I have survived some hunts by crouch looping around the car in Tanglewood garage, in addition to the kitchen island, without the ghost speeding up. Food for thought. We'll see if this breaks line of sight. Is she here? Yeah. Right, let's go. I don't know if this one's going to work like the car. Let's find out. Oh, I waited a little bit too long. I like to get some distance. Keep moving. Yeah, it's working. I'm gaining distance on her. Holy crap. Well, apart from that time, actually. I let her catch up a little bit. I think it's... It's working, yeah. It works. There you go, you can crouch. Change number 3. Furniture now blocks line of sight between you and the ghost. This means that there are a lot of new places you can hide on all maps, as opposed to just lockers and closets. Personally, I adore this change, and I have been having a lot of fun with finding new places to hide. Some of the new maps have been changed slightly to add more hiding options, mainly Grafton and Bleasdale farmhouses. In terms of what you can hide behind, from my experience, as long as you can't see much over the top of it, or around the side of it, you should be safe. A good rule of thumb is that if you can't see the ghost, they also can't see you. Another good rule that I would say is that if you collide, you can hide. Some assets you can actually phase through, and these don't appear to block line of sight with the ghost. Examples include dining chairs on some of the houses, or this plant where you can only collide with the plant pot. It is also worth noting that some gaps act as a solid mesh that still do block line of sight. Examples include the rocking chair in Bleasdale Farmhouse. I have also done some testing with crawlers to see if their point of view is lower down in order to see if you can hide behind lower objects against crawlers. From initial testing, it seems they still see over low objects and can still acquire line of sight akin to the other ghost models. From this, I would imagine all ghost models acquire line of sight from the same fixed point. Finally, ghosts should still acquire a line of sight with the player's head. Looking down slightly can help obscure the head, potentially making you more hidden. Get creative with what you can hide behind, you now have more options than you might think. Oh, and do remember to stay quiet, otherwise the ghost might find you. Change number 4. If you keep talking inside a locker or closet, and the ghost can hear you, it now fully opens both closet or locker doors on its second attempt, even if you are grabbing them. There is now a huge emphasis on staying quiet in order to survive when hiding, which really does add to the horror element. This is especially important when playing solo, as the ghost hears you the whole time, regardless of your microphone settings. When playing in a group, however, if push to talk is enabled and you aren't pressing the push to talk button, the ghosts still don't appear to hear you. If the ghost does hear you inside, and it knows you are there, both doors will open fully, and extremely quickly. Sometimes if your reactions are fast enough, you can close them quickly and survive. However, this is extremely risky, and survival is not guaranteed. Sometimes they will still kill you instantly. Make sure to stay quiet to increase your odds of surviving. It is worth noting that if you don't talk and the ghost watches you go into a locker or closet, you should still be safe. They may follow you up to the door, but they shouldn't open it fully unless they hear you. Another thing worth mentioning, the ghost will only hear you above a certain threshold, so theoretically you can whisper without the ghost hearing you. Experiment at your own risk. Change number 5. All ghosts now have a chance to slightly open both closet doors at the same time during a hunt. This is regardless of if they can hear you. As previously mentioned, if the ghost can hear you, both doors will be opened rapidly, even if you are holding them shut. This change refers to if the ghost does not hear you. The ghost now has a chance of opening both doors at the same time, and they will only be opened slightly, giving you a chance to quickly close them. As long as you react in time, you should be fine. Just be ready to react and remember to stay quiet. And now on to change number 6. The ghost now has a 50% chance to remember where it saw you last, during the last hunt, and will search that area in the next hunt. A fairly simple change that essentially makes the ghost AI smarter, which encourages the player to hide in different places each time. An interesting addition that forces you to mix up your strategy each hunt, in order to increase your odds of survival. Don't get too clingy to one spot and you should be fine. Hiding in the same locker or closet may be the exception here, as you should be relatively safe as long as you are staying quiet. This change will mainly affect hiding behind the same piece of furniture. That's all for the new changes, but there is one more thing that I want to cover. One thing that I have noticed people struggling with is completing some of the newer objectives with the new hunt changes, mainly escape the ghost during a hunt, or repel the ghost with a smudge stick during a hunt. For escaping the ghost during a hunt, the ghost has to acquire line of sight of you after the 5-second grace period at any point during the hunt, and you then have to survive in order for it to count. There is no limit to line of sight, so you can do this all the way down a long corridor, like I did here with a revenant on Asylum. Did that count? It counted! So there you go, the ghost acquired line of sight of me all the way down the hallway. That's a good way to do that objective in that case. I heard it do the door, which is how I knew it had left the room and gone into the hallway. I heard it do at least 2 doors, so I assumed it had been in the hallway and seen me at that point. As soon as I broke line of sight, the Revenant would have been moving at 1.5 times slower than normal ghost speed, which allowed me to escape it quite easily, quite simply actually. One good way to do this on smaller maps is to wait by a locker or closet, make sure they acquire line of sight, and then hop in. As long as you are staying quiet and hold the doors shut, you should survive and complete the objective. You can also do the smudge stick objective in a similar way. Wait by a locker or closet, let them get close, smudge them, then hop in. Again, make sure to stay quiet and you should be fine. On larger maps without lockers or closets, you can smudge them and then try to break line of sight by turning corners quickly. Running down long corridors to gain distance and waiting to smudge them at the last second should also work. Even with the new changes, you can still outrun the ghost for most of the hunt before they speed up and reach you. If you're feeling brave, you could even try strategies like this, and try to get the ghost photo in the process. So that's everything you need to know about the new hunt mechanics. The hunts are definitely more dangerous, and I do hope this video will help you survive hunts more often. Thank you for watching, as always, and I will catch you soon.